Okay, so I now have quite a few folded papers right here. There's quite a few. You don't necessarily have to do 30 of them. I would suggest do about maybe 10 just to get started, and then you start folding some more. So I have them all folded, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my first unit that I'm going to fold. All right, my first unit is going to look like this at the end. Although this one I have it all marked, but it's going to look like this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the orientation of this paper correct. That's very important, everybody. We got to get it correct. You're going to notice that right here is a Z from the top. See? The letter Z. If you have it this way, that's not really a Z. You could say that's like a very sassy S if you want. I'm not sure. But this is not a Z for zebra. You need it to be Z for zebra. Once you have this Z fold, you're going to make sure that Z fold is on the top. Right there, on the top. And it has it there, right, even in the instructions. If you look closely right here, you're going to see that there is a Z up here. It's on purpose. Drawn that way. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this bottom corner and fold it, make a valley fold, and connect it to this top right corner. So when I look at my sample piece here, I'm going to take this bottom corner right there, and I'm going to fold it to that top corner right there. So let's go ahead. Bottom corner. I'm going to fold it. And sometimes right here, it can get a little crinkly. So if I go like that, it makes it a little smoother. And there we go. Now this paper is rougher. It's thicker. So it's not as smooth as origami paper. Origami paper, these folds will be much more sharp and crisp. So I've got that. Got that. The next thing I am going to do is I'm going to take my papers and fold it this way, right? I'm going to fold it this way. So let's go ahead here. And if you look very carefully here, this has a mountain fold and a valley. This arrow goes to the back. This arrow goes to the front. We can do this one first, which is fairly easy. It means take this and we're going to fold it from this edge, this corner piece, right here. And we're going to have it meet right there on that tip, that triangular tip. So if I go and I get this tip first, right? That's what I want. I want to get this to be really nice. This right here, this is going to be what we use as the corner tips of our spikes, right there. And if we don't do that right, it's going to be really sloppy. So you want to get that to be correct right up there. And we go ahead and we press that crease. If we open it up, you can see it starts from down there, goes all the way to that corner tip. That's what we want, everybody, right there. You got to be perfect from the very beginning. Do your best. Once I have that, right, now I got to do the same thing with this piece right here. Now, instead of folding it backwards blindly, I'm going to go ahead and turn it around and do the same thing. Here's my corner tip, and here's my bottom corner. I need to make a fold that goes all the way across. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've got that one. That one is easy because I just pull. Here, I'm going to have to, pay attention and really get that to be like that. Really nice. Right there. You can even look at it from this side. Once I've done that, okay, don't worry if this doesn't quite line up right here. Like I said, what's important is these two tips. Once I've done that, then you can see right here that these little leftover flaps, you just, bend them backwards like this. Just fold them back, just like that. And then you open this up, and there you go. This is, right here, this finished unit. And again, what is important is this triangle, this isosceles triangle right over here. That's what's important. That is what will be used to join with all your other units. So just for instance, you can see right here, right? I'm going to connect this. I'll put some glue here. I'll open this pocket up. And I'll just slide this guy right in here, right? And you can see that this is what's happening. This is the unit. This is why this little triangle is important in the beginning when you're folding it. And then I'll have to come around, and then this guy, this pocket will go in there, and it will form a spike right in there. But I'll show you how to do that in a minute. All right, guys? Okay, just wanted to show you how this unit fits in here. All right, so we need to make quite a few of these. Try to make like maybe 8 so that we can get started doing the assembly back here. Just to show you some tricks on the assembly and how to get started. Because when you get started, you want to at least create, right off the beginning, this piece right here, which already has the center with 5 points. This sphere is going to be always like this. Everywhere you turn it, it will always be a center with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines coming out. That's what you want. So no matter how you turn this, it will always be like way. For instance, if we look at this right here, you can see it right there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a center. Doesn't matter how I turn it. If I go this way, same thing. Here's a center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, instead of seeing these triangles, we're going to see spikes. But that's how we're going to begin our assembly. All right, let's make some units, and I'm going to show you how to put them together. Because this is modular origami, and we are going to be using units to place them and attach them together to form one big folded paper polyhedron.